morning. I always like this part because you guys get so excited about greeting. We've lost it. As we were greeting one another, it's always good, and also after service, as you look in the eye of that person across from you, see the divine, see the beloved in them, and they will see it in you too. So we know that there's going to be a message here for you today, and we hope that you can take it to heart and to allow yourself to gently awaken. We will have the words to the chant on the screen behind us, or on the wall. And after that, Reverend Karyl will lead us in our opening spiritual mind treatment.
This is a mantra from the Tibetan tradition to the awakened being Tara. She represents a heart of great wisdom and a mind of compassion. So it's to awaken qualities of true wisdom and compassion within us. That's not quite right, but it's Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Soha.
You got lost.
Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare
taking that beautiful chant to the beloved into our hearts and mixing it with the very human experience of parking difficulty. This prayer is a recognition of each one of us being in the perfect place at the perfect time. And so I begin by knowing that the perfect place is everywhere, because everywhere is the essence, the body, the possibility, the thought, and the love of God. Everywhere into infinite space, there is that energy of becoming and transforming, infinite support, overwhelming love, the wisdom of anything we need to know, and the supply of what we need in the next moment. And so this benevolent life is everywhere in and through all things, and so it is in me and around me. It is the life that I am living. This generous life is what moves through me out into the world again. I know this for me, and I know this for each person here. I know that we are all divine receivers and divine distributors of that heavenly goodness that has been named already, and for which there are never enough names. And so it is that I claim that where each one of us is physically in this earth plane is the perfect place to receive and to give the divine goodness. Every single place we find ourselves is in the center of God. And as we open to that absolute truth and accept what is ours next, and open those giving channels so that whatever needs to be given into the world at that moment is available through us, we become those centers of divine goodness everywhere we are. And so it is perfect. Right where we are, right here, and where we are in a half an hour, and where we are in a half a century, and where we are in a lifetime from now is perfect. And so with this absolute knowingness that all is well because the truth has been spoken through me, I give my thanks for this knowingness for my human self, because I feel so much better now. And I release this prayer into the law, knowing it is done. And so it is. Amen. Oh my gosh, I needed that. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm so happy to see you. We have such an amazing gift for you. Jennifer Berezan is here with us, and I just want to say that I was in love with Jennifer Berezan for years before I actually met her. I had such intimate spiritual moments with her music. I'm like imprinted, like the mother duck and the babe. Okay, her music, and I am there. And so I bought the last two CDs that I didn't have already. So she has her music back here, but right now we get to hear her music right here.
Well, I get to say something too, because I had a very similar experience to Karyl. I was listening to the album Returning probably 1,000 times. I listened to it many, many times, and I'm actually doing an album now in that model. And it's inspired me a lot. And I didn't really know she had all these beautiful songs that are just really amazing, you know, songs rather than the chant songs. And so I was really grateful to listen to this home album all the way home last night from Tahoe, from the Ruda's party. They all say hello, by the way. Every single people up there wants to say hello. So I'm really glad that Jennifer is here today to join us and give us a gift of her songs. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thanks, Bodhi. Thanks, Karyl. It's a pleasure to be with you. This is Bodhi said, sing a nice upbeat song early on, and I thought, okay, here we go. You ready? And this is a song about things that we experience, that we can experience in our world, in our life, like this service this morning, that help us come back to our true nature, to our true self, and resting in that, and the great relief that comes from that. So it's called Home to You, meaning home to me. And the chorus is really easy. It just goes, hey la la la. Okay, let's try that part. Hey la 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 la. 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 Flowers in my garden, faces kind and true. When I'm tired of running, I come home to you. Cry of the eagle, sky blazing blue, bells from the steeple. I come home to you. I come home to you. We go. Hey la 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 la. 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 Smile of the morning, diamonds in the dew. I lay down all my longing. I come home to you. Fall into wonder, grace pushing through, where nothing fills my hunger. I come home to you. I come home to you. Hey la 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 la. Hey la 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 la.
off to a great start. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Janet Carol Ryan, and it's my delight to share with you the wonderful things that are happening in this happening community. And we bless the children, the mothers of the children. Let's bless the mothers and the teachers. Yeah. Thank you, mamas, for being the channel of unconditional love, patience, and wisdom, light for your kids. And in this theme of gratitude, we are grateful today specifically for those who serve on our altar team. So will the altar goddesses and perhaps maybe a gentleman or two stand and receive our appreciation for the ways in which you bring beauty, inspiration. Yes, please stand. Oh, Amy. Thank you. So every week it's an innovation, creation, inspiration, and sometimes like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with this theme that Karyl has given me? And yet it happens in a magnificent way, and we appreciate the beauty, the inspiration, the uniqueness of each creation. Thank you, thank you. In a couple of weeks, Mike Robbins and his wife will be here. Now, Mike has spoken here. He's very well known for being an inspirational speaker on the topic of gratitude. And he and his wife are coming to give a workshop on loving relationships. That will be on Sunday, September 16th. And all of our events are over here on the events table. So if you want more information or sign up, please go there after service. On September the 5th, which is the first Wednesday of September, we have an opportunity to experience a unique meditation practice through the sacred practice of connecting with mandalas and coloring mandalas. This is presented by one of our practitioners, Pat Malone. And she has discovered in this practice a way of centering and drawing forth creativity as well as deep wisdom. So it's a fun way to expand your meditation practice. It's a drop-in class, but do be there promptly at 7 o'clock. Information is in your bulletin. Our founding minister, Reverend Lloyd, is offering his Sunday in the City this afternoon at 2 o'clock. If you'd like another dose of spiritual enrichment, join Reverend Lloyd at Franklin and Geary. And all of this information and more is in your bulletin, as well as our website. And gosh, streaming media, YouTube, Facebook, there are all kinds of ways to connect in this community. And now I'd like to call Reverend Karyl up to tell us about more exciting events.
Janet, stay right there because I'm going to hand you some things. I want to talk a little bit about Joel Fatino's coming Saturday, 1 to 4 at the Learning Center. Now, Joel, as I've said before, is not going to be able to inspire you on a Sunday first. So it's up to me to inspire you to get there. And I know it's a holiday weekend. I'm not accepting any excuses. So I wanted to show you and share with you some of the things that he is responsible for as an author of 17 books and the publisher of Tarcher Press, which published most of the books in our bookstore. This is what he's going to be talking on, and the workshop is on Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. But there is a journal, workbook, and a kind of a 50th anniversary or 100th anniversary version of the text that is in this volume. All of these have his name on it as the author. This is a book of quotes that he put together that inspired my book. That's another of his. This is a novel called The Prayer Chest that he wrote with a minister, August Gold. And it's so great about how to accept your prayers to be answered that I'm seriously considering using this as an adjunct in Prac 1. And then this is a compilation, How to Prosper in Hard Times. He didn't write this, but this is in a series of books, And he gave it to ministers. And this is a part of the accompanying letter. You can get the feel about him. Everywhere I go, people are talking about the poor state of the economy. More people believe in the law of averages than they do in the law of circulation. This is why our New Thought teachings are so important. We help people to go beyond the effects of the world and right into cause and move out of gripping fear into freedom. Then he talks about the book, and then he says, thank you for your ministry, which is vital to our world. Yes. And he said, hi, Karyl. Right there. Right there. So he's my buddy. The sign-up sheet is on the events table. I know that a lot of people don't sign up if they just show up, but we're having people sign up from as far away as Reno. So I would encourage you to put your name on the list because we can't take very many more than 30. Okay? And now I'd like to call up Reverend Sarah, who would like to talk about what's happening after Joel.
Thanks, Karyl. Looks like I'm going to have to get my name on that list soon before it's all filled up. Sounds wonderful, and I'm planning to do that. But is there any area of your life or anybody in here who would like improvement in some area of your life, maybe health or relationships or finances or success in general? Is there anybody who might like that? Okay. Well, I've got a class for you. There's Ernest Holmes in his book, Creative Mind and Success, says, at all times, we are either drawing to us or we are pushing things away from us. At all times, we are either drawing things to us or we are pushing things away from us. So, if you'd like to learn more about how to use spiritual principles and the power of your mind to naturally draw to you more of what you want, and to be in greater partnership with what I call the Universal Ways and Means Committee, to draw to you what you're requesting, then I invite you to join me for 4 weeks, starting September 10th on Monday nights, to join like-minded folks to explore the whole idea of what is your definition of success, where are you right now on it, how do you get to where you want to be, and how do you use spiritual principles to get there. So I like to create a safe, supportive environment for people to do personal work. It's a very interactive workshop and time together, and it's an opportunity to look at ideas and beliefs that may not be serving you and find new and supportive ideas and beliefs to replace those. So you'll get greater clarity and satisfaction, and I have a couple of people who have taken it before who've signed up to do it again because their life has changed and they want to renew and get more of it. And I'll give you one more quote from, and we use Creative Mind and Success by Ernest Holmes, and we also use Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill as the two texts. So it'll be a great complement to the Fotino workshop. And the other quote from Creative Mind and Success is, all the power of the universe is with you. Feel it, know it, and then act as if it were true. This mental attitude alone will draw people and things to you. I hope you'll join me. I'll be at the table to answer your questions and sign you up.
So I would, before I start my talk, I want to welcome all of you that are here for the first time. I see many of you that I haven't seen in a long time, and then Jenny Tolucci walked in. I haven't seen her in a very long time. And people that I have never seen in this lifetime. And so if you're here for Jennifer Barazan, I hope you fall in love with us too. And I would love to meet you after the service. I hope you feel right at home. So we are in the midst, for those of you who are new and new-ish, we are in the midst of a theme for the year called Tools for Transformation. And every week we offer a tool. They're on this tree here by words. We have a word each week, and then you get to supply your own affirmation and action step so that you can take this change into your life, because I can offer you great ideas for transformation, but if you don't live through those ideas, you just get to think about them. And when we think about transformation, guess what? We don't get to transform, because that's just thinking about it. And so we have to think through it. And so that's what I'm encouraging every single one of us to do, because it feels good and it's good for the world. So we are also working through this book, Living in Gratitude, and your August study guide for those of you that are in a home study. That's done. And August theme is cultivating peace. And our word today is integrity. So I want to just say quickly how integrity relates to peace. Because when we deal honorably with each other, peace prevails. Period. When we deal honorably with each other, peace prevails. And we don't have to agree. But if we deal honorably with each other, peace prevails. So it's not that peace is this syrupy experience that is just devoid of conflict. Because we do have conflict, we do disagree with one another. But in her chapter, Angeles Arian writes, nonviolence does not mean avoiding conflicts. It simply means to move through them in a clean way, without verbal or physical attacks, to find a peaceful and powerful resolution. Now, think of the last conflict you had in your life. Can you say that? That you moved into resolution without physical or emotional attack, everybody felt safe, and the resolution is larger than either of your positions before that. Just think about if that happened. Not to be violent with yourself with thoughts, but it takes some skill. And looking at the world, many of us don't have that skill. I ask you to look at the political process. I ask you to look at social issues. I ask you to look at the news and realize with me that we individually have work to do and the world has work to do. And the good news is when we do the work for ourselves, it benefits the world. So are you with me here? We're all doing the work ourselves, right? We're in a wonderful, peaceful time in this community. I just want to say that the core council meetings are peaceful. The planning is peaceful. The office is peaceful. I mean, I am pretty stress-free right now, and it feels so great that I want to build on this and just have it be better and better and better. You know, I've been through both, and I like this a lot better. So, the altar by Suzanne Mabardi, I'm going to refer to several times today, but I want you to look at the far picture with all of those people, because that is the first aspect of integrity. We have two aspects of integrity that we need to talk about, and the first one has to do with dealing with others. Being genuine, honest, morally upright in relationships. In fact, being the kind of person that you would like to meet. Being the kind of person in every dealing that you would like to meet, doing the same kinds of things, acting the same kinds of way, with the same tone of voice, the same benevolent spirit that you have. This practice is so important that it shows up in every single religion. It shows up in our religion, well, our Judeo-Christian roots, for one. We have roots in everything, but in our Judeo-Christian roots, it's called the Golden Rule. But just listen to this. What is hurtful to yourself, do not do to your fellow man. That's Judaism. Do unto all men as you would wish to have them done unto you, and reject for others what you would reject for yourselves. That's from Islam. Hurt not others with that which pains yourself. That's Buddhism. Is there one principle upon which one's whole life may proceed? The master replied, is it not reciprocity, such a principle? What you do not yourself desire, do not put before others. That's Confucianism. And finally, from Hinduism, this is the sum of all true righteousness. Treat others as thou wouldst thyself be treated. And this is just 6. And actually in the Foundation's curriculum, there's like 20 from all these different religions. And it's a master teaching because it makes sense and anybody can understand it. It's not complicated. Good parents use it all the time. When we remember, we say things like, now, you want Billy to share, right? So you need to share. This big of a person can understand that. It's great in problem solving. Okay, we got this problem. I got a problem with this other person. How would I want that person to act with me? That's how I act. It's great in couples counseling. Even when you're so angry, you can't see straight. I'm so angry with him, I can't see straight. Well, if someone were saying that about you, if someone were so angry with you that they couldn't see straight, how would you want them to act? It's not to say that you can't get angry. It's not to say you don't experience conflict, but how would you want them to act towards you? And then it's very, very central in all forgiveness work, because in conflict, when someone's hurt, which inevitably happens when there's unskilled behavior, forgiveness and asking for forgiveness and amends is most important. So the golden rule is logical, easy to understand, and it really is at the depth of metaphysical principle, and I'm going to explain that right now. It works with our philosophy of it's done unto you as you believe, because this is what happens. When we bring forth from within us what is forgiving, compassionate, patient, fair, just, honorable, we create this atmosphere around us. It comes from us. We are living the golden rule. I want other people to be fair, honorable, honest with me. And so what's coming forth from me is this atmosphere of being fair, honorable, forgiving, compassionate, patient, just, and all of that. So I create this world of compassion and fairness around me. And then our teaching says the energy that comes from us attracts a compatible energy. It attracts a matching energy. So that's what happens. That is exactly it. We put forth the just and honorable energy, and that is what comes to us. You know, I saw this wonderful movie, or I saw the last part of this movie over the weekend with Queen Latifah. I don't know the name of it, but Queen Latifah was diagnosed with brain cancer, and so she took all of the money out of her mother's estate and took herself on this holiday in Europe to this, spending money like water. And she ends up in this hotel with politicians. And she herself is just this clerk. You know, she's a good woman who acts compassionately towards the chef and towards the roommate and towards everybody. She's just her compassionate self. And of course, this makes the politicians wonder who she is and why she's there and what she's doing in the opposition. And, well, by the end of the movie, everybody's in love with her and everybody has transformed into loving beings. Now, of course, this is a movie, but we look at politics. I mean, I'm concerned about politics because it's hateful. What happens is hateful. And so how could just me acting honorably affect the world political scene? Well, I'll tell you. This comes from Chris Batchy, or Beige. He was a leader in IONS. He's now not. But anyway, Chris Batchy, I think. He was a former officer of the IONS, the organization that brings science and spirit together. And he's writing about systems theory. And he says, the system sensitivity is increasing as the system moves into unstable non-equilibrium conditions. We might think that that's what's happening now. The more free-floating energy there is in the system available to be catalyzed into new forms. We do not have to be able to see at the outset how our seemingly private decisions will impact the systems we are a part of or how they will make a difference, but we can trust that they will. Every time one of us acts with this kind of courage and clarity for the collective good, the transformation of humanity gains momentum. And so you can look at it the opposite way. You can say, well, I am going to harbor my resentments. I'm just one person. Well, you know, humanity will not be transformed if you harbor your resentments. So you might as well get on the bandwagon of integrity. Gandhi said, be the change you want to see. In the textbook that we're using this year, Angeles Arian has two great questions that are supposedly questions from, I think, the Talmud that are asked after you die as you're standing there, you know, at the big gate or desk or wherever you stand. And the first one has to do with treating other people honorably. And that is, have you dealt honorably, faithfully in all your dealings with your fellow man? I want us to be able to say, more and more and more I did as I grew older and wiser. So the second question has to do with the what is on the left of the altar. And that is, here's the question. Zuzia, or Sally, or John, while you were alive, why weren't you Zuzia? That has to do with being integrous with ourselves. We have to be impeccable with our own insides. We have to be impeccable with our own growing edge. What we're masterful at, what we're not masterful at, and this growing edge right in the middle. Honest, forthright, sincere, straightforward with ourselves, with rigorous introspection, rigorous questioning of our motives, and we can fool ourselves, you know. I don't know about you, but I can. I can say to myself, see, I'm being productive cleaning out the garage, when what I should be doing is something entirely different. Have you ever done anything like that? Well, see, I'm doing this great thing here. But no, what you should be doing is dealing with this over here. And we can do that to ourselves. We can fool ourselves by not putting what is important, the most important. A little bit more pressing would be, it's not my fault that another is being abused. It's not my business. So in this book by Angeles Arian, she has this series of questions that the Quakers ask each other, and they're called queries. And the queries are probing questions that, when thoughtfully engaged, can lead us to decisions grounded in integrity of purpose. Now, here are some of the questions. Are you honest and truthful in all you say and do? Do you maintain strict integrity in business transactions and in your dealings with individuals and organizations? Do you use money and information entrusted to you with discretion and responsibility? If pressure is brought upon you to lower your standard of integrity, are you prepared to resist it? So these appealed to me so much in preparing this talk and just in thinking about my own life, that when I wrote the study guide for you guys to use in your home study this month, I said, think of more hard questions. Think of all the hard questions you can think of. Write them down and ask yourselves. Here are some I came up with. Have you always been completely honest in answering your children's questions? Have you always guarded against making a promise that you know you cannot keep? Have you refrained from appearing more capable than you really are? The harder the question, the more it encourages you to be completely integrous. And it takes effort, and it takes honesty, and it takes clean
behavior with one another. And we go as deep as we know, and then we go deeper, because there are things that we know we could do better. And then there are blind spots. And that's what I want to talk about now. There are blind spots that lead us into pain for ourselves and each other, that help us stay out of integrity, because mostly what we want to do is avoid the pain. When we have pain of this kind, what is happening spiritually is that we are acting on beliefs that are based on spiritual lies. It's not that we have lied to ourselves intentionally. It's not that our parents lied to us intentionally. But generation by generation, because of the challenges of earthly life, there are these myths. They're lies. They're just lies that we base our life on. And here are some of them. I am not a good person, or I'm not a good enough person. That's a lie. Life and others are unsafe. That's a lie. There is not enough for me. That is a lie. And I am separate from others and my good. That is a lie. The spiritual truth is that you are perfect, whole, and complete as you are in a world that reflects the divine guidance of God and the divine distribution that everyone has what they need when they need it. Now, I know that you have experiences to the contrary, so do I. But if we based our actions on truth rather than lies, we would have more skilled behavior in the world and less pain. So this is what happens. When we operate from a lie, we have pain. We have pain because we believe that we're judging ourselves, we're judging life, we're judging others, and it always comes out badly. And if you pay attention, when you are
in excess of a lie, otherwise it's called
a button. Someone pushes our button, but it's a button
that is in us. It's not in them. Nobody made us feel this way. It's a button that is in ourselves. And when a button of ours is pushed, things happen that are unique to you. You may clench. You may get a stomachache. You may get a headache. You may pull away, or you may get aggressive. Those are the most common things. But because none of those really work, we can't go over, bend it over like this. Oh my God, I must be operating on a lie. My stomach hurts. So what happens is we have these wonderful coping strategies. I'm saying wonderful, in a not particularly integrous way. They're not wonderful. Here are some coping strategies: appeasing, resisting, hiding, lying, posturing, hedging, and self-protection. Now, I did not go to a textbook to get those coping strategies. Guess where they came from? Me. This is what I do. There may be many others. Reverend Catherine Revoir, who is here, teaches a wonderful class on codependency. Now, am I saying the truth here? I am saying the truth. She knows probably more coping strategies. So anyway, when we appease, resist, hide, lie, posture, hedge, or protect, then the behavior that follows that is really unskilled, because it's based on a spiritual lie, and it has no integrity whatsoever. It has nothing to do with the truth of our being. It has nothing to do with the issue at hand. And what happens is, when somebody is watching us do this bizarre behavior, they get confused and scared, because we are acting so weird. But it's so natural that they get confused and scared and start doing their coping strategies, and so we have dueling coping strategies, and the issues never get resolved because people's hiding and appeasing behavior is just locked like those big horned sheep that just get locked together. So a very, very simple example that came to me, both marriages. What's wrong? Nothing. I'm invisible. I am gone. And I'm saying nothing. That made the poor husbands confused and angry. Okay, let's take a deep breath here. When we act with our coping strategies, there's no honesty, there's no integrity, and there's no peace because there's no trust. So the solution is so obvious, and we have to do it, okay? We keep up our spiritual practice when we're not in a challenging situation. We keep our prayer work up, we keep reading wise material up, we keep coming to church, we see our practitioner, we go to class, and we install, instead of the lies, I am whole, I am safe, I am provided, I am one with God. Let's say that one at a time. I am whole, I am safe, I am provided, I am one with God. It's that simple. Your subconscious mind doesn't care what beliefs are down there. It just operates from them. And so if you keep installing those beliefs, that is the truth, and you will be a safe person. So when you come up to a scary situation and you have to tell a truth that is uncomfortable, this is my real scary place, is telling a truth that is uncomfortable, you tell it anyway from a place of self-love and love of the other. And it might sound something like, I am scared to say this right now, but it is my deep truth. And my deep truth is that in this relationship, I am desperately unhappy, and I don't know what to do. I know that you're desperately unhappy, and I know that you don't know what to do. I'm afraid we're very, very different and can never make each other unhappy. That's what I'm thinking. If I had said that to either husband, I wouldn't have caused so much pain. And I wouldn't have had so much pain. You breathe too now. Yeah. And so we keep working, and we keep forgiving. And we keep saying, I am whole. I am safe. I am provided. I am one with God. People can always hear the truth. It resonates with them as a safe place. And so just to review and looking at the altar here and just seeing how peaceful this looks. On the right-hand side, we have living integrously with others and being the kind of person that you want to interact with. And on the left here, it's being completely, rigorously, always going deeper and deeper in our own honesty. It saves time, heals the world. It's really good. And wherever you are right now in this process, know that today we can all be more truthful. We can all be more integrous, all more honest and more harmless. And as I do the inner work, which is casting the vision for a future where everyone is like this, feel what that will feel like. I'm so glad we're doing this work together. So please turn within with me. And as we follow the next breath into that place where the breath begins, we realize that the next breath can be taken by God, and we don't have to think about it a bit. we can reside right there in the center of our being where our heart is beating. And we can give the next heartbeat to God. We don't have to think about it a bit. And so I ask you all to join me in seeing a world in which truth is always spoken. The deep truth is always spoken. And it's recognized. The deep truth is spoken and recognized by the speaker, feeling completely grounded, centered, and integrous in the speaking. And that deep truth is received by the listener, knowing that they can depend on that truth being true. And safety prevails in one relationship, and then the next, and then the next. I see a world in which integrity characterizes all interactions, and everyone lives by the golden rule. Mothers and fathers and children, and neighborhoods and towns and states, leaders and countries operate by the golden rule, treating one another as they themselves would like to be treated. Friendships are honest and peaceful. Business is honorable. Leaders are honest and forthright. And the leaders are all believed because the citizens can hear the truth resonating like the bell of liberty. Disagreements are a means to reveal deeper commonalities and more creative solutions. And we evolve as a species up from the mire of fear into the heaven of trust and love and peace. This is where we are all going with every choice and every decision. I give my thanks that we are on this path. And in releasing this vision, I know I will actually see evidence of it today. And so it is.
I've been to the desert, rode camels in the sand, hitchhiked across the border, passed through cities and towns with just a wave of my hand. Walked through forests so young, sat in temples so old. I've howled at the moon, swung on the stars, been offered silver and gold. There comes a moment like this, there's nothing more I require. I've got everything I need, and there's nothing else to be. It's the end of desire, the end of desire. It's high as a mountain, it's deep as the sea, it's wide as a valley, it's full and it's empty. It's everything I want when my wanting retires. It's all that begins at the end of this kick and this shove, this hoping and dreaming, this planning and scheming for the thing we call love. If I said that wasn't me, you know that I would be a liar. There's a moment one day when there's nothing left to say. It's the end of desire, the end of desire. It's high as a mountain, it's deep as the sea, it's wide as a valley, it's full and it's empty. It's everything I want when my wanting retires. It's all that begins at the end of desire, the end of desire.
Jennifer Barazan's music is to be in her presence when she sings it. Ooh, okay. Aha! So I'd like the ushers to get ready to take the offering, and for us to just think about what we're going to do for a minute here. In supporting our community, we give of that wonderful substance that that our lifeblood goes into creating that system that we receive it. And I didn't say that right, but you know what I mean. You give your lifeblood, you get paid money, and then you give some of it to the community. And so I want you to remember that you said, I am provided. That means that God is always giving, and you cannot outgive God. And so I want you to, if you would like to, play with this a little bit. I know that most of us are pledgers, and most of us have an automatic deduction from some bank account. I encourage you to just put a couple more dollars in the basket today, just as evidence that you are provided for. So hold your gift in your hands, and if you're reaching into your pocket for another couple, hold those in that hand, and know that this substance blesses everyone in this community, that the gift that you give blesses everyone in this room, and all of the gifts that are given bless you. What a wonderful, wonderful arrangement that is. So in this moment, we reflect on how much we love our community, how much we love this teaching, how much we love coming on Sunday and seeing our friends, and knowing that it's all good. We're so happy to give. And so it is.
I am as God created, in the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created, in the light, in the love, in the glory.
dear, generous hearts that support this community, this teaching, that it may do its great, good work through each life as it moves into the world. So it is. Amen. Yeah. As we come to a close, remember the Jennifer Barazan Mall back there. Sign-up sheets all over the place, including if you expect to come on Saturday, I want to know for Joel Fatinos. And please come next Sunday, the first of the September Sundays. And I invite the practitioners to come forward, and these people will help you know the truth, and so we can all live the truth. Janet's going to pray us out.
And so as the practitioners in service come forth, know that you can access the power of affirmative prayer through these skilled spiritual artisans, and the practitioners that serve our community are surrounding the community with love as we turn within for the benediction and blessing. And I know that we are so blessed for having arrived here today with an openness and a willingness. Spirit has rushed right in with a personally tailored gift for each one of us. We call ourselves a center for spiritual living. And I know that each beloved in this room is a center for spiritual living. We are leaders, we are teachers, we are healers, we are artists, we are lovers. And this love is amplified as we receive it and share it in the world. We see evidence of it all around us. And so I give thanks for all of the ways that the divine has blessed us this day and enriched our blessings so that we may go forth and give of our spiritual gifts to nourish the world, to see the good, to call it forth. I give thanks for the participation of each one in service this day, to the music, the practitioners, our beloved minister, the altar, everyone who put out chairs, the teachers, all of it, and everyone who is here, being, integrity, nourished by Spirit. And so I give thanks for all that pours forth from this, beyond knowing. In love and gratitude, I let it be. So it is. Amen.